If you've been posting YouTube videos, getting some views, maybe even some likes, but no actual clients, you're not alone. This is one of the biggest frustrations I hear from coaches. You're doing everything right, but your content isn't turning into leads and sales. But there's a reason your YouTube videos aren't converting. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest mistakes that are keeping your channel from bringing in clients and exactly how to fix them. Plus, if you want to go into even more detail on these mistakes and how to avoid them and the exact step-by-steps to do instead, make sure to download my 5 mistakes playbook in the description below. Now, mistake number 1 is that you're teaching too much. And I know this might sound counterintuitive because you're thinking, well, YouTube's owned by Google, right? People go there to find solutions to their questions. And yes, you're right. And when I say this, it doesn't mean that how-to videos or tutorials on YouTube are dead. Actually, I believe depending on your niche, this could be the exact opposite. But the way you go about teaching and giving information is the difference between getting views and getting sales. Now, the big mistake that I see here is that a lot of people will give really helpful information. They'll give step-by-step tutorials, all the things, right? But at the end, they're not giving their audience any way for them to continue to watch with them or continue to learn from them. As humans, we really need to be kind of guided to the next step, right? So if you just end your video after giving all of these helpful tips and don't give a next step, people are just going to drop off and continue on their way. You need to really provide a way for them to continue learning from you, whether that's a free resource, maybe that's to jump on a free consultation with you, maybe it's to watch another video or playlist on your channel. What is the next step that you want people to take with you? Because what happens when you just teach is that you're giving away so much value that people walk away feeling full, but not really hungry for more. So if your video feels complete, like you wrapped everything up with a perfect little bow, there's no reason for someone to take the next step with you. You need to make your content connect with your offer. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. So not only do you need to have a call to action, we talked about that already, but we also need to make sure that you connect your content, what you're talking about in your video, with your actual offer to make people want to move forward on their journey with you. So I don't want you to just teach how. I want you to teach what and why. I want you to shift beliefs. Show them what's broken, what's possible, and what's missing without you, right? And this doesn't mean things that they could Google or things that they could ChatGPT because we live in a world of AI now, right? But what are the belief shifts that you're showing them that are your proprietary frameworks? The way you do what you do that makes you different from everyone else out there. That's what's going to separate you from just another how-to video to someone that is an expert in your niche. Okay, mistake number 2 is that your content isn't aligned with your offer. Now, we chatted about this a little bit already, but let's go in a little bit deeper because this is such a huge mistake. You're posting helpful content, right? But it's not tied to what you actually sell. So for example, you're talking about video content strategy, but you sell offer creation, right? Or you're teaching visibility hacks when your program is about scaling your business to 10K. This is a mistake that I fell into when I first started on my channel. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was creating videos about social media, about branding, about marketing software. I honestly was just picking trendy video topics and hoping for the best. There was no strategy whatsoever, and no videos I created were actually tied to my lead magnets or to my offers cohesively. When the content and the offer don't match, the audience you're attracting isn't the people who want to buy. And this is why there are so many large YouTubers out there with tens of thousands of subscribers, but who tell me that they're not bringing in any revenue to their offers from their YouTube channel. And this is the reason, right? You can create a really trending video topic that goes viral, that gets all these views, but if it's not actually tied to your sales funnel or your sales pipeline on the back end, you're not actually going to bring in sales. Or if you do bring people onto your email list from a lead magnet that isn't aligned to your offers, you're going to bring in the wrong kind of people who just sit on your email list and never buy from you. So when you're sitting down to plan out your videos, I want you to ask yourself, what problem does my offer solve? What beliefs or questions does someone need to have before they're ready to buy from me? Then you can reverse engineer your content from there. This will make sure that your video content is aligned with your offer, right? That perfect bridge. Mistake number 3 is that you don't have a clear call to action. And this is the most common one. Most creators either skip the call to action altogether or make it really vague, like check out the link below, right? But like we talked about in mistake number 1, your audience needs direction. So to fix it, your CTA or call to action should be simple and specific. It should match the level of readiness of your viewer. So where are they on the customer journey, right? Where are they in the journey of looking for a solution to their problem, right? And number 3 is to create momentum, not overwhelm them. So we don't want to have a million call to actions, right? In our video, we can keep it to 1 to 2, keep it simple and specific. And then again, match them to where they are in their customer journey. So for example, instead of visit my website, super vague, but doesn't really give them an answer to their problem, doesn't really show them where they are in their customer journey, we could try grab my free repurposing checklist. It's the exact system I use to turn one YouTube video into 26 or more pieces of content every single week. Do you see how it's much more specific? And it puts them in the exact spot where they might be in their friction, in their customer journey, to make them be like, oh, I really need that solution, and I'm going to go and download that. This creates curiosity and this creates direction. Mistake number 4 is you're chasing trends, but not talking to your people. And this is where creators get really stuck, right? If you're just a YouTuber or maybe you're an influencer, you really look to see what's quote unquote working on YouTube. You're following the algorithm, but you sometimes forget about your actual audience. You start jumping on trending topics or keywords, but they don't connect to your offers or the problems your clients are actually struggling with. So instead, I want you to build your content around your buyer's journey, not just search trends. So ask yourself, what is my ideal client Googling at 2 a.m., right? What is that pain that is so frustrating that it's keeping them up at 2 a.m.? The second thing is, what limiting beliefs are they stuck in right now? So we all have things that are keeping us stuck, and they're most likely like mindset issues or things that have happened in our past that are making it hard for us to move on. Like, what are those beliefs in our head, those like back dialogue that's happening that are keeping them stuck in where they are right now instead of where they want to be, right? Which is the service or product that we have a solution for. The third question we want to ask ourselves is, what question, if I answered it well, would make them want to hire me? So once you understand what they're Googling at 2 a.m., right, their pain and those limiting beliefs that are keeping them stuck, right, those fears, then we can say, okay, if we know those things, what question or solution, if I answered it really, really well and they saw that, would make them want to hire me? And that's the video we want to create. We want to use tools like ChatGPT to help us come up with some of these ideas. We don't want to rely on it, but we can help it to expand on our thoughts. And we can also use tools like vidIQ to generate search-based ideas and then filter them through your client lens. We never want to rely 100% on these tools, but we can use them to start creating ideas and then pull them through those questions that we just went through together. If you want to check out either one of those tools, you can use my link in the description below. And I'm also going to leave up a video in the YouTube cards above here that goes through vidIQ as well as ChatGPT, so that you can watch those videos and learn a little bit more about those tools if you don't know about them already. All right, mistake number 5 is you don't have a follow-up system, okay? Now, even if someone watches your whole video and they love it, what happens next? Without a system to nurture that interest, either through email or social or repurposed content, you're leaving clients on the table, right? Instead, you want to turn one video into multiple touch points. So think of YouTube as your pillar piece of content, right? Your core strategy, and then build systems off of that core piece of content. So we can repurpose your video into short form video. We can share the video to your email list. We can break it into carousel posts or stories for Instagram. We can drive traffic back to your lead magnet or to your waitlist, depending on what the strategy you're using on YouTube is for your actual offer itself. So the goal is to turn one video into a week of intentional visibility that all leads back to your offer, right? So here's what I do. Every single week, I create one intentional video that ties to what I sell. I include some clear call to actions, like we talked about, and then I repurpose it into Instagram content. I send an email to my list and short form videos for Instagram, for TikTok, and for YouTube Shorts that keep pointing people back to my YouTube video and back to my offer, right? It's not just content, it's a system, and one that works for me while I'm not even working, right? People are searching and finding my videos all the time, watching them, entering into my sales funnel, and then seeing all those other pieces on other platforms, as well as being on my sales funnel in the back end through email, right? That drives them to a sale. So if you want to dive deeper into the 5 YouTube mistakes I made so you don't have to and how to avoid them, make sure to download the playbook in the description below because I go into even more depth than in this video inside of there, and I don't want you to miss out. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to share this on social media so that others can enjoy this content too. We'll see you later. Bye.